Hey, we're back. We're healthy. We're, you know, it's a new year, new me. We're gonna fight the moth. The moth boss.
What's inside the moth boss? No?
Hey, I'm the moth boss. It's like Cake Boss, but he's a bug.
I mean,
someone on DeviantArt, go.
I mean, I'm sure it's already been done. I'm sure there's moth crime family people in. Okay, let me think. Do you
No,
see...
I'm not doing Crime Family. I'm doing Cake Boss, but he's a moth.
Oh, Cake Boss if he's a moth. Okay, that's Archie Comics.
Oh, right, okay. My mistake. Oh, the hand. Okay.
This looks like a hand job.
Okay. You...
See, the nice thing is when you burn those mummies, they tend to drop magic.
Right. I could have sworn the mummies turned into the skeletons, but I'm obviously wrong about that.
That might be a different game. That might be Link Between Worlds.
Maybe. Oh, you fucking what? There we go. Oh. Oh, now I'm chasing these down. Okay, we're good.
Yep. Don't worry.
Nope.
What are those things called again? Because they have another turn. Like, it's not just like torches. It's like barristers or banisters or something.
Oh,
It's a fancy word.
yeah. Fuck you, you hand! Stop grabbing my balls! Alright, sorry.
I'm just
We're
trying to
past the first
understand.
minute? Okay, cool.
I'm just trying to understand how he got you, because, like, you were above him. Did you, like, walk into him?
I guess, like, I clipped him and it was like, that's enough for me! I'll take it.
The hand abides.
Yeah. Ow. Ooh. Ooh. Oh. Peter, I'm having a time here.
Yeah, no, I'm paying attention.
I am... Ooh.
I'm trying not to wormhole too much right now, because I want to...
Okay. 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 Okay.
I call it Dungeon Wiki. I just want to see what they call...
Fucking give me a...
So do you know the exact name of this boss?
I did at some point, because remember I looked them all up because I was like, I fucking love this game.
It's
What's his
Mothula.
Mothula. Oh, God. That's not as good as, what was it, like Siege Lock or whatever?
Yeah, well, yeah, Seagalot, because it was Helmasaur King, and then I looked up
Sword King.
the
Right.
translation, and it was like Sieglock, and I'm like, what the hell is Sieg? And it turned out to be like didn't have
should I
a
do the-
clear
should I do the
translation, so
bow?
it sent me to Urban Dictionary.
Nope.
Yeah, don't you just use fire and sword?
Well, the thing is, it gave me arrows in the pot, so I thought maybe that was like a low-key hint of like, hey, try the bow, right?
You use the fire rod,
Usually
I
when
think. Yeah, the big thing is you just gotta avoid her triple beam, because that's apparently the fancy name. And then just...
Ooh. You mean that triple beam?
Yep.
Just so I can clarify, the triple beam that I was just killed by, is that the one that you were talking about?
Mhm.
Okay, cool.
I mean, the strategy is straightforward. It's just it's a freaking hard fight because you gotta dodge everything.
And you're on a conveyor belt, and did I... What?
Yeah, you got her.
Okay.
It's the new sitcom from UPN, Mothula. It's already been canceled.
Oh shit, this is the third one, so this is you?
Yes, 'cause I have to be... Okay.
Yeah.
I'm trying to think what kind of voice to do.
So it's been like a month since we played this, guys, together, Peter and I.
Yeah.
Losing track of
I
things.
think the first one I did was French. Douche, it is because of you I can escape the clutches of the evil monsters. Thank you. Do you know the prophecy of the Great Cataclysm? This is the way I heard it.
This is the way.
If a person has an evil heart, who has an evil heart gets the Triforce, a hero is destined to appear. And he alone must face the person who began the Great Cataclysm. If the evil one destroys the hero, nothing can save the world from his wicked reign. Only a person of the Knights of Hyrule, who protected the royalty of Hylia can become the hero. You are of their bloodline, aren't you? Then you must rescue Zelda without fail. Do you understand?
They really reiterate the same thing over and over.
Yeah. Look, you're the descendant of knights. Y'all need to save the princess because it is in your bloodline to do so. Which, I mean, if it wasn't for the fact that these games were all about Destiny, I would find annoying. But considering
Right,
Destiny is
yeah.
like a core tenet of the Zelda mythos, I can roll with that more. Like,
Yeah, that's fair.
I think that's worth mentioning because I bitch about Destiny and other things. I'm like no, this is like from day one. This has kind of been the idea with the Zelda games. Like maybe not so much in the original Legend of Zelda, where it was just like Link was like just a schlub on the street who was like, oh hey, that old woman's being attacked by moblins. I'll help. And she's like, quick, you must save the princess. And he's like, okay.
And then this wizard's like, here, take a sword. And you're like, I'm sorry, who are you, old man? What's going on?
Yeah.
Oh, that's it's one of my favorite Ninja Starbomb songs.
Oh yeah.
It's dangerous to go alone. Just crazy fucking pedophile old man.
So I was gonna, as we head off to now go get the hookshot, because I think,
Yes, we're going to Dungeon 2 now.
Yeah, which I think we both agreed is one of our favorite items in any of the Zelda games.
Yeah. Oh yeah, it's a classic.
I really want to see if they can integrate it somehow into Breath of the Wild 2.
It'd be interesting.
It would add a new dynamic to the climbing, which I would appreciate.
Well, and the thing is, like, we don't know much about the plot, but the only thing we've seen is that one trailer, and it seems like you're in like the depths and catacombs at some point of Hyrule Castle, based on that trailer, right?
Yeah.
And so, like, if you're more underground, a hookshot, I think, is more applicable to the Breath of the Wild system than, like, the Great Expanse Open, you know?
Yeah. I mean, it still had uses
Like
in the
if you're
Expanse.
inside a cavern. Yeah, but I feel like it definitely in an enclosed space, it's more applicable. Because, like, in the Expanse, between being able to climb everything, having your parasail, the updrafts, like, yes, it can be used, but it's not like, it would never be your first option of traversal, right?
Yeah.
Like, when you can basically fly, why would you do that?
Why would you do this?
Well, it's kind of like in Just Cause, you use your grappling hook a lot, right? But at a certain point in Just Cause 3, once you get like the gliding suit, like, you're not just gonna zip line up a mountain; you're gonna like, glide your way up there.
Well, yeah, because it was the whole thing. Like, you use the grappling hook and parachute in tandem, and then you had the wingsuit that also adds a new dynamic.
Yeah.
So you can like shuffle between all three very interchangeably, which is just awesome.
Dude, Just Cause 3 was so fucking good.
Oh yeah.
I just started thinking about the wing gliding in Just Cause. I didn't really play 4. I heard it wasn't that great, but
4 was very phoned in compared to 3, which is kind of saying something because in some ways 3 was phoned in.
3 is so fucking good though.
3 is
To me, at
great,
least.
yeah.
Do I have to flood in Light World or?
Yes. Yeah, that's the whole thing. I can't remember if you have to leave the dungeon or not. Whatever. I was gonna mention. Yeah, so I went down the rabbit hole of the Valiant Comics thing, and man. So first of all, there was 6 issues of the Valiant Comics story, and it was a continuation of the first 2 games. And it was meant.
So Link's Adventure Link and.
Yeah, it's like after Adventure Link, they're chilling together in the Northern Palace with the king, and they're protecting the Triforce of Wisdom. So it's very much like the TV series.
Right.
And as a result, I looked at the art style, and Zelda looks like Zelda from the series, but like better done. You know, because it's like a comic book, so you can actually like give her a few more details. So I actually quite like the comic refined version of cartoon Zelda, where she doesn't just have like that lazy. Well, like she doesn't just have like that lazy bob because it was easier to animate.
Yeah.
If you understand what I'm saying.
I do understand what I'm splitting.
Yeah, and then Link looks like a freak. Because he's got a more bulbous nose. He's got like the hair like you would expect to see in the games, but like her face and his face do not look like they should belong in the same universe.
Okay.
It's very striking. Like, he looks like exaggerated cartoon Link. She looks like vaguely anime, early 90s cartoon Zelda. So, it's weird.
Is
Anyhow,
this the first dungeon
Yep.
or the only time I can think of where you do something in the light world and it affects the dark world?
I think there's a couple more, but yeah, this is one of the big ones. I was gonna say, do you know the story of Valiant Comics? I know you're a comic guy.
Maybe.
Do you
I'm
want
not
me to?
super familiar with their works. Yeah, hit me.
Okay, so the whole thing, Valiant Comics was founded by Jim Shooter, who was the former editor-in-chief of Marvel.
Okay.
And one of the things he did early on was he wanted to acquire characters he liked when he was a kid who hadn't had good adaptations in forever. So some of the early characters they acquired were Magnus, Robot Fighter, Solar Man of the Atom, and probably most famously, I buried the lead here, Turok.
Oh.
Yes. Because I think they were owned by Gold Key Comics, and then Valiant acquired them in like the late '80s, early '90s. Because Jim Shooter got booted from Marvel, I think it was the '88 or something like that. So then he started Valiant, and one of the big things was one of his business partners was like, "We need to get licensed comics to get a quick source of revenue." So they did Zelda and other Nintendo properties, and they did the WWF. At the time, WWE now.
Yeah.
And those comics apparently did not do well. So
Weird.
their buck licensed comics ended up being a terrible idea.
God, the world of comics is such an interesting history to me.
Oh yeah. Oh man, it gets more complicated because Valiant Comics has a very unfortunate end. Because they were doing pretty well for a while because they created Exo Manowar. Who else did they create? They created Shadow Man. I'm trying to remember who else. There was a few others in there. And what eventually ended up happening was Shooter got forced out of the company in what was basically a hostile takeover, in part because his business partner was having an affair with their other business partner, which basically meant 2-on-1 in all votes.
Yeah.
So it was
Which is how a healthy business works.
It's like that joke. It's like, all right, I'd like to have a vote that you suck, and it's like 2 people vote, or 3 people vote. One guy doesn't want to vote, of course, because he doesn't want to suck. It's like, no, 2-1, you suck.
Yeah, them's the breaks.
Yeah, it's not unanimous, but yeah, it's like
democracy.
Yeah, when democracy becomes a joke. And ultimately, they got screwed over by a bunch of stuff, including eventually getting acquired by Acclaim, the video game company, which is probably one of the reasons you've heard of Shadow Man.
That would make sense.
As well as Turok, because they made the Turok video game, they made the Shadow Man video game. I think they even made the Exo Manowar Iron Man crossover game.
God, when are we gonna get the Valorant cinematic universe?
Well, they worked on that because frickin' Bloodshot.
Oh shit, you're right.
Yeah, Bloodshot was Valiant.
Oh man, their time has come. Move over, MCU.
Yeah, which is a shame because they had some interesting concepts. They had their own kind of X-Men crew called Harbinger, but they were all psychics, and it turns out the guy who created the Harbingers was secretly evil. So there's a group of teenagers. So it's what if Professor X was actually Magneto the whole time? But evil.
Oh, that's fun.
Yeah, but evil corporate Magneto.
Not like cool Holocaust survivor Magneto.
No.
Totally different.
No, that's the elevator pitch, but then you add all the qualifiers, and you're like, oh, I guess it's not really like that at all. But the idea is the guy who trained him is one of their biggest enemies.
Oh, neat. I like that.
Yeah. It's a really good concept, and one of my favorite concepts actually was they did real time. So unless a story was meant to take immediately back to back, the next issue, if it came out a month later, in universe it was a month later.
I like that. There's very few comics that I think it's done. It's not like that anymore. But Hellblazer, John Constantine, it was like one of the few comic book characters to age,
Yeah.
like accurately to like what time has passed. So like, I think he started like the series in like his early 30s and ended in his like late 40s or something like that.
Yeah, and I think now they've of course screwed that over because somebody at DC really likes Constantine or Constantine. Sorry.
Yeah, John Constantine. I mean, I've given up that fight. To me, he's Constantine, but I understand that it's Constantine now in majority of things.
Yeah, he's made so many live action appearances where it's Constantine. It's like.
That was a fun jab they did in the Crisis, though.
Oh, yeah.
When Lucifer pronounces his name right, but he corrects him. I was like, they did the thing.
Yeah. I always appreciate when they do the thing.
Yeah.
I was actually...
more adaptations should do the thing.
Yeah. Well, I was listening to a thing on Queen, and they talked about why Mike Myers was in Bohemian Rhapsody.
Mm-hmm.
And, like, that was really fast, because, like, you know, I think almost everyone kind of who'd seen Wayne's World got that it was like, oh, it's because in Wayne's World they bob their heads to Bohemian Rhapsody, so they're making a cute little wink to that. It turns out Freddie Mercury loved that joke. So it was like one of the last things he did before he died was give approval to that scene in Wayne's World.
Nice.
So it's like actually very heartwarming. It's like now I can't, you know, it's like, you know what, now that inside joke is actually more wholesome to me. I love it. Man, you're just breezing through this one. You really understand this dungeon.
Oh yeah. I just need that big old key.
Yep.
Give me that big thick key.
Well, it helps that in this one, like the tool you need that you get from the chest, more than almost any other dungeon, is so important to navigate to get to the boss, right?
I have debate. This is like the only one that really.
No, the power glove.
Like. Okay, yeah, fair.
And the hammer to a degree as well. Later on, I think there's a couple that are... Because it's like the cane, I think, later on. The
canes, yeah.
Yeah. But the armor, you definitely don't. The Titan mate, you really didn't actually either. Where the hell is the switch for this? I don't remember.
Unless it's back here?
Maybe.
Excuse me, spikies.
Yeah. Kind of like that they're just there. Sometimes we bounce, sometimes we're stationary. We're always pushing the envelope.
Need to go around, because this is like this.
Right.
And then I will go out this way. I'll have to go out and around. Then I'll boot, scoot, and boogie my way over there, and everyone will be happy.
Yep. It's like great Canadian drama. Oot and a boot.
Yeah. Just out for a rip there, bud. Just tearing it up.
Yep. How often do you lean into Canadianisms?
I don't think a lot. Like, I know I'm prone to say givener in a non-ironic, ironic, holy shit, I'm stuck in the accent there, but non-ironic way. Like, I will be like, oh, just, like, that dude's just fucking giving her, you know? I will never describe it as myself. I have never given it to her, you know? But I will describe the actions of others as giving her.
Oh man, so many jokes. I'm just gonna leave that alone.
Oh yeah, no, I knew what I was saying.
Yeah, I knew you knew what you were saying too. I'm like, it was one of those things where I thought of like 12 jokes. I'm like,
Yeah, no, but I say like giving her, I say bud.
Yeah.
Like, all right, calm down there, bud. You know, stuff like that.
Yeah, I usually say bud in a mocking tone.
Yeah, I'm never like, I never have a genuine bud. It's always like a, all right, like a condescending kind of.
Yeah, it's like, just relax, bud.
I'm trying to think of other like Canadianisms.
Well, the A thing I think is real. It's not as bad as people say it is. But
yeah, it's more of us just saying like, right? Like.
Yeah. Like,
Yeah, it's just a. Eh.
I mean, more than once I'll just go, eh? But I mean, that's more my general confusion sound than,
Yeah.
Am I right? Oh, I love this part. You get the hook shot. Yeah.
Boing! This is the hook shot.
I
It
did
extends
not
and contracts and
remember
Boing.
the Boing
I did not
thing.
remember Boing either.
Oh my god.
Boing, it
So
can grapple
that's going to be
many
the episode
things.
title of this one, right? I did not
100%,
remember
I
the
have to-
Boing. Or something like that, you know what I mean?
Unexpected Boings.
Yeah.
Alright, now where do I...
You got a hook shot across
It's-
this map somewhere, I think up top there.
But there's a key, is it? It's not that straightforward, is it? I
Don't remember.
The key's just not in one of these, is it?
I don't know.
No.
Oh,
okay,
it's to the
gotta
right
be
there.
in-
I think it's to the right there under
yeah,
that
it's
skull.
in... It's in...
It's
Whatever.
it's
What
on
the
one of
hell
those.
ever.
Oh,
I'm fine. I have fairies. Jesus. Jesus Christ.
I know, that was a bit dark.
That was a very bad one. I don't know.
If you would have
I was wondering
censored that
if
one,
I
I will respect it.
I think I might have to.
Yeah.
I mean, like, it's funny.
That's still not
I feel
the
like maybe
darkest
we
joke.
should.
That's still not the darkest
No.
joke I've ever made. And I'm not even counting the time I repeated Jimmy Carr's most offensive jokes to tell.
That's right. Hey. Hey, statue. You wanna go on up here and pop a squat? So I think we're at like 20-ish minutes here. I think let's just finish this dungeon.
Yeah, I think we can finish. I think because I'm only at about 22 minutes, and I mean, you know, we always start recording before we actually. So even if we hit the half-hour mark, we should be about right.
Yeah. Okay.
See, once I get the hook
This
shot, I
part
almost
is
never
a
wanted to use
little
the
rusty
boomerang.
to me. Oh yeah, it's so much better to be like cha-cha. Like, hey, guess what? I'm gonna poke you. I'm gonna poke you. I poked you. Poke.
Stab. Poke, poke, stab. Sorry, boing, boing, stab.
Boing, yeah. Got it. How did I forget about the Boing?
I know. We'd forgotten the boing.
Here it is. Here's the moment I was waiting for. Nope. One of these fuckers, I grabbed their tongue.
Yeah. One of those statues, you absolutely grab their tongue, but it's one of those dudes.
Duh.
Go around.
Don't mind me, I'll just be here wasting my goddamn time.
And again, I'm thinking of in Bruges.
Jesus Christ, lead to the past. Peter has a heart out today. We don't have time for this.
You've seen Seven Psychopaths, right?
When it came out, so it's been a while, but yeah, no, it's a fucking amazing movie. Great cast.
Oh, yeah. I mean, I always thought that was one of the ones that really helped cement, Oh, why can't I think of his name now?
Sam Rockwell?
Yeah, Sam Rockwell.
Yeah.
Because, I mean, he had a few good ones here and there. And, of course, I loved him
I think-
in Galaxy Quest.
I think, like, for a lot of Hollywood, Moon is what, like, made him a thing, you know?
Yeah.
Like a commodity, per se. It sounds kind of gross to say, but I don't know. Why am I going for money? I have max money. What the fuck am I doing? Jesse, Peter has a heart out! Oh my god, this post grappling hook dungeon or hookshot area was bigger than I remember.
Yeah, no, it's definitely large.
And in charge.
Just gonna get some loot. Oh man, just those never-ending tadpoles. It's a Resident Evil
one of these
game where
do we
they
do
actually have like the things that come out of the sewers and they just genuinely never stop.
Is that's one of the that's three, isn't it?
Yeah, it might be 3 where they actually have one where it never stops. Because in 2, like they have it, but they do stop. There's a limited
Yeah.
amount.
There we go.
Yeah, I couldn't remember where that damn hole was.
Well, because 3 is kind of like, again, story of our lives. 3 is kind of like the open world one, right? Like, so that makes sense that it would be 3 that you're constantly going back and forth between, like, hubs in the city, and these things just keep pouring out of the sewer. I guess it'd be like the G things.
Yeah, the G weapons,
Yeah.
for lack of a better term. Yeah.
Do you,
Can't you hookshot those
mind?
guys?
Yeah, I'm just the water striders just annoying me. I'm just gonna. They're just trying to live their best life striding around.
Hmm. Man,
like
those were
Aragorn's
so
name for
annoying
10
in
seconds.
the Link's Awakening remake.
You know, it's really weird to say. They're super annoying in Super Mario Sunshine. There's some Strider enemies in
Oh yeah.
I think it's in Bianca Hills specifically only, but you're just hanging out in the water trying to do your thing, and they're just like, I'm gonna stride on you.
You know what? Okay, this is gonna be a fascinating rabbit hole. Do you remember the commercials for that game?
Super Mario Sunshine? Not really.
I do, and as a result, I always associate that game with Jamaica. Because the
Oh.
narrator in those commercials was very Jamaican.
Nice. It was the early 2000s. That sounds about right.
Yeah.
Give me your popcorn.
Because like it was like this goofy children's song about how it's better to be clean than dirty, and then a Jamaican man starts singing about let's all give Mario a hand.
God, Nintendo's marketing can be so weird sometimes.
Oh yeah. Have you seen some of the Zelda commercials?
Oh yeah, I still remember the marketing for oh god, I forgot this is what you do. I remember the initial trailers for Wind Waker and how that game looks so much darker than it actually is.
Yeah. By the way, this boss, before we defeat him, his name is Argus.
Argus. Ooh, Mandawala running him.
Yeah, we're back in comic books. It's Arrghus.
R.I.P. Argus.
Yep.
I think this one's me.
Yes, it is. I can't remember what you did for the first one, so...
I think I just did my like high-pitched girl voice. I think that was all I did.
Yep.
Douche, because of you, I can escape from the clutches of the evil monsters. Thank you. Is this the same?
Well, they always say
Oh,
that, more or less.
The Triforce will grant the wishes of whoever touches it, as long as that person lives. That is why it was hidden in the Golden Land. Only a select few knew of its location. But at some point that knowledge was lost. The person who rediscovered the Golden Land was Ganondorf, the evil thief. So he's Ganondorf in this.
Oh, yeah. No, like, this is post-Ocarina...
Is this the first Ganondorf?
Yes.
Okay. Luckily, he couldn't figure out how to return to the light world. Well, remember that you have magical powers which only the hero can make the most of. There are some other magical warping points like the one you saw on Death Mountain. By using them, you can go between the two worlds and find the evils hidden in the Dark World. You are the only one who can destroy Ganondorf, the thief. No, Ganon, the evil king of darkness. Do you understand? May the way of the hero lead to the Triforce.
Yeah, I think this is the first time he's called Ganondorf, and the other dude he's just called Ganon. And he's like, okay, we want him to have formerly been human. Alright, so what do? Well, we have him shorten his name, so it wasn't always Ganon. No, before it was Ganondorf. Anyway, we should probably wrap
Meanwhile,
up this
some guys
episode.
watching fucking... Wait, does that reference work? Am I thinking of the same guys? I'm like, they were watching like Blade at the same time, and they're like, Stephen Dorff's in this.
Was
Stephen
that-
Dorff from Blade? Is that who I'm thinking of?
Yeah, no. Yeah, he was in Blade. He was the main vampire.
Yeah, he's the oh yeah, what's that character's name?
Who cares? He dies.
Yeah, but Stephen Dorff is my man. Before we leave, I'm just gonna do this because I remember it right now, and I feel like we're gonna get distracted, and then I'm gonna forget about it.
Okay.
Because when I was re-grinding, I saw this heart piece, and I was like, I can't get it. Like I saw it, I know how to get to it, I just can't get it because I didn't get it last time. There we go. All right. So next time, I guess we're gonna do Dungeon 5, I think.
Yep.
Sweet. So thank you for watching, everybody, and we'll see you next time.
Don't be dwarfing it.
Bye. Dorf.